Hello and welcome everyone to this evening's 13th annual Planning Institute of British Columbia and the Yukon World Town Planning Day celebration. My name is Lindsay Chase and I will be your mistress of ceremonies for this evening's presentation. We are delighted that you were able to join us virtually for this annual celebration of planning and the planning profession. And despite the unusual and unprecedented times 2020 has brought, we are still celebrating the profession tonight. This event is held by PIBC each year in conjunction with World Town Planning Day, also known as World Urbanism Day, which officially is November 8th every year. Before we get started with tonight's online event and presentations, I do have a few important acknowledgements. As we connect virtually today from across BC, Yukon, and beyond, we wish to take the opportunity on behalf of the Institute and all of us participating to acknowledge that the Planning Institute of British Columbia recognizes, acknowledges, and appreciates that we are able to live, work, and learn on the traditional territories of the First Nations and Indigenous peoples of BC and Yukon. Acknowledging the principles of truth and reconciliation, we recognize and respect the history, languages, and cultures of First Nations, Métis, Inuit, and all Indigenous peoples of Canada whose presence continues to enrich our lives and our country. Also, as we gather this November, we also acknowledge an important annual day of observance that will soon be upon us. November 11th is Remembrance Day, an opportunity for all of us to take time to pause and reflect on service, sacrifice, and the values we cherish as Canadians. Thank you for taking a moment to remember this Remembrance Day. Once again, welcome everyone, especially if you're joining us a few moments ago. This year has seen just some incredible pivots as everyone has adapted to something that we're affectionately calling the new normal. And we thank you for taking some screen time, even though we know most of you have been on screen all day, some screen time this evening to join us virtually for this online celebration. While it is unfortunate that we are not able to host our annual in-person gala event, we hope you enjoy this online presentation and recognition of PIBC members and their accomplishments over the past year. Also, please feel to engage with one another or cheer on your colleagues as they are recognized using our virtual cheer box, also known as the chat window. I'd like to invite Planning Institute of BC President Leslie Cabot to say a few words of welcome on behalf of the Institute and PIBC's Board of Directors.
Thank you, Lindsay, and welcome. Welcome everybody to our World Town Planning Day virtual event. As I was saying on our AGM, and Ken and I were talking, I'm a little bit disappointed that I'm not wearing my sparkly dress that I bought last year and was hoping for two wears out of. But I am really pleased to be here with Lindsay and my fellow board members who I would just like to recognize. So Kenna, who is my other half there in our AGM, Kenna Jonkman, Louis Carvello, Trish Donnell, Deborah Jensen, Jenny Joseph Ritchie, Pat Maloney, Sarah Muir Owen, Alex Taylor, Kelty Chamberlain, Dave Block, and Andy Ramlow. So a huge shout out to them, and I celebrate you for all the work you do. And I celebrate also, we celebrate our staff at the Institute who support the board and the Institute and the members. I also want to have a huge shout out to Dan Wong, who is our new president of the Canadian Institute of Planners. So thank you everybody for, again, all you do. We have lots to celebrate. I also want to thank the many representatives and professional colleagues from a number of the allied professional bodies and organizations. So we invite our our colleagues to join us every year to help us celebrate. Also, as I said to our board members, thank you. And I also want to welcome previous inductees, our honorary memberships. And again, I want to recognize the Honorable Michael Harcourt, who was an honorary member of our institute, who became the first honorary member of the Canadian Institute of Planners, and we were to award him with that special honor in person in Whistler, but we're not able to. But a shout out to him and to our previous life members. So I see that David Whitty is on. And David Whitty was our lifetime member last year. So welcome, David. And to all our long-serving registered professional planners, those of you who have achieved your 25 years and of certified membership, and we'll be recognizing you later on this evening during the presentations. And again, to our many newly qualified certified planners. I will particularly miss meeting you this year. It's a lot of work, and you, along with your mentors and your sponsors, put in a lot of time, and you have a lot to celebrate. So I wish I was raising something other than just a glass of water to you this evening. But congratulations and welcome to this institute. Finally, a very special welcome to our other honored guests tonight, our newest lifetime members, Linda Allen and Gwyn Simmons, and we'll be sharing some more about both of them later on. So, as I said, we have a lot to celebrate. World Town Planning Day tonight, and as we go through this year, during these times of abnormal times that we're all living in now, we as planners, we have an opportunity to influence how we go forward. And so I welcome you to have those conversations with your friends, colleagues, communities, cities, municipalities, nations, governments, whoever you work with and work for. So again, I celebrate you in coming from the traditional territories of the Kwanlin Dun First Nation and the Tonquitchin Council. We say Masicho, Gunashi, Shawnee Thumb. So I'm now going to turn it back over to Lindsay.
Thank you so much, Leslie. So the first portion of our presentation this evening it recognizes long-serving certified members of the Planning Institute. These are folks who are senior practitioners and have the distinction and achievement of holding certified membership in the Institute for 25 years or more. 25 years as a registered planner, registered professional planner is a significant achievement for any planner. And as an organization, we honor and value their experience, knowledge, and contributions, not only to PIBC and the planning profession, but to the wider communities that they serve. We know that 25 years in the trenches of planning is an exceptional achievement, and that you have done so much to better the communities that you've served during that time. Such distinguished members serve as leaders, as active participants in the wider community, and as mentors for younger students and emerging planning professionals, helping us to maintain a vibrant planning profession now and into the future. I'm so pleased to be recognizing them here. In addition to receiving a certificate of recognition from the Institute, each of these members is receiving a special 25-year gold pin. Not something to be traded in a pin exchange, something to be worn with pride that those in the know will recognize. I'm so excited to recognize these folks, starting off with Felicity Adams and Raul Elueva, Carl Bannister, and Colleen Hannigan. Malcolm McPhail and Mark McMullen. Stephen McKickich, and Susan Palmer, Carrie Pateman, and John Sellers. And last, Robert Thompson. Please join us in virtually applauding the achievement of these members. It is exciting. 25 years is an incredible achievement. Next on our agenda, I am particularly pleased to be introducing the newest registered professional planners in British Columbia. So these are the folks who have achieved full membership, their certified membership status in the past year, so up until the end of October, and are now distinguished and recognized as registered professional planners in BC. This is an incredible achievement, and recognizes that these people have gone through extensive examinations. They've had sponsors and they've had mentors to help them understand the diligence to which planners must meet, and also the high ethical standards that as practitioners we are expected to meet. And it is my very great pleasure, in part because actually these are some of the first graduates of the Vancouver Island University Masters in Community Planning program who have achieved their RPB status. And I'm particularly pleased to see their names on this list. And also one of our very far away members is on this list as well. And I just have to give a shout out to Devin Cronshaw, who is actually a planner in New York City now and recently achieved his RPP. So on behalf of the Institute and our entire profession, it's my very great pleasure to introduce these new certified members of the Institute and these newly qualified registered professional planners in British Columbia and the Yukon from the past year. So first up, Farhad Abrahami and Rebecca Augustin, Anthony Batten and Sarah Bingham, Liberty Breers, David Capper, Samantha Charlton and Stephen Collier, Devin Cronshaw and Cassandra Cummings, Brittany Dack, Julia DeGaro, Julia Dijkstra and Tanisha Everett, Andrew Gabel, Jessica Hollenbeck, Ian Harper, Jessica Hayes, Clarissa Huffman, Adam Humphrey, Benjamin Johnson, Heather Cower, Samira Kambashi, Kaylee Laidlaw, Kristen Lathond, Kelly Learned, Sean Lee, and Kimberly Lemon, Ruben Lee, Angela Lucas, Jennifer McIntyre, William McKay, Adam Mattinson, Allison McDonald, Claire Macquarie Jones, Heather Meyer, Sean Mill, Gareth Mogg, Barbara Myers, Hasib Nabdi, Victor Go, John Reed, Aaron Rennie, Lauren Sandbrooks, Jemai Shields, Jonathan Schmidt, Christopher Selvig, Travis Shaw, Paul Sigger, Paul Simon, Tamara Soma, Mark Tanner, Dejan Teodorek, Jasmine Tranter, and I practiced that so many times beforehand. Bryce Tupper, Holly Wacker, Eric Westberg, Emily Williamson, Fei Kang Wong, Janet Zasabek. Congratulations to all of our newly certified members. And I'd like to also say it's unfortunate that we're not able to celebrate this evening because it is to a certain extent your opportunity for a possibly final graduation type ceremony where you get recognized by your peers and you have an opportunity to celebrate with all of us and recognize your achievement in having achieved full membership. Congratulations to all of you. So delighted to welcome you to the bigger planning profession. It is fantastic that you're here, and I look forward to working alongside you for many years to come. It is now my very distinct pleasure to introduce the final part of our program, and this is the Life Member designation. So, Life Member designation is the highest level of recognition that PIBC can bestow upon a current professional certified member or retired member of the Institute. This designation recognizes their dedication and many years of service to their profession. The granting of the Life Member designation requires the support of nominating professional members and the unanimous endorsement of the PIBC Board of Directors. The Institute sought the submission of suggested nominees for Life Member designation from across the Institute over the past year, and the Institute's Awards and Recognitions Committee and Board gave careful consideration to the joint nomination of two individuals. How pleased we are to be recognizing the designation of Registered Professional Planners Linda Allen, Registered Professional Planner and Fellow of the Canadian Institute of Planners, and Gwyn Simmons, Registered Professional Planner and member of the Canadian Institute of Planners, as two new life members of the Planning Institute of British Columbia this year. Linda and Gwyn's contribution to the planning profession and their tireless commitment to creating lasting, livable communities is inextricably linked. As co-founders of City Spaces Consulting, they have both had tremendous impact and influence on housing policy, affordability, community planning, and nonprofit housing. As planning professionals, they have been exceptional role models, setting high standards and ethics in their practice, encouraging their colleagues to make a difference and their clients to achieve better communities. They are both incredibly worthy of this honor. Gwyn and Linda have been professional planners for nearly 50 years. Gwyn has been a certified member since 1999 and began his career in the UK in the early 1970s as the principal planner with the City of Manchester. His experience with urban renewal and low-income housing was to shape his career, and which has largely been focused on housing policy and development. Elected as a CIP Fellow in 2002, Linda has been a certified member since 1982. She began her career in the public sector, working with Alberta Municipal Affairs and the City of Ottawa, which shaped her future as a community planner. In 1986, Gwyn and Linda founded City Spaces, which quickly became a leading consulting firm focused on policy, research, community planning, and development. With his experience from the City of Ottawa Nonprofit Housing Corporation and the Capital Region Housing Corporation, Gwyn led the development side of the firm, which has since proceeded to complete thousands of nonprofit housing units, emergency shelter beds, and other mixed-use or complex projects. With such depth of experience, he is often asked to provide advice to nonprofit housing providers, provincial agencies, developers, and municipalities. He has been extensively involved in the planning and project management of housing projects for families, seniors, youth, persons with special needs, and others. And I can attest that when Gwyn shows up at a public hearing to speak about housing, you should buckle up and hold on because he is absolutely compelling when he does that. As a generalist and community planner, Linda has worked on many community plans, strategies, and policy documents. Her communication skills are unparalleled, taking complex data and strong analysis and relaying it into materials and documents that are widely accessible and easily understood. In this way, she has been able to communicate complex and technical matters, succinctly explain good policy and practice, and support the implementation of strategic actions and change in our communities. She always enjoyed traveling to new communities, highlighting what is unique and special about each place, and supporting them to build on the foundation of their past while looking towards a positive future of livability and healthy and inclusive neighborhoods. And I was fortunate enough to have Linda as a very early mentor in my career. I was actually a planning student, and she was the lead consultant on the official community plan for the district of Central Saanich. And she was kind enough to take me under her wing. And boy, did I ever learn what great process and what great writing looked like by observing her. Throughout their careers, Gwen and Linda have prioritized mentoring and supporting students and young professionals. They have led, inspired, and encouraged many young planners to take initiative and drive change in their own communities. Many a city spacer moved on to directorships or positions of leadership in their own organizations, and one of their greatest legacies has been the training and mentoring of young professionals to become thoughtful, effective, and successful planners. And I'm particularly note that this week the official announcement that City Spaces is transitioning to the next generation of City Spacers was made, and I'm delighted to see that their mentees and colleagues are taking this legacy forward. As thought leaders, Gwen and Linda are often asked to share their expert opinions and respond to the media and participate in critical review processes on a pro bono basis. Gwen has been a strong advocate of the value of social housing and providing high quality, appropriate, affordable housing, particularly for the most vulnerable members of society. He has defended new nonprofit housing developments at many a public hearing and continually advocated for the importance of excellent design in shelters and non-market housing. Linda has, through community planning, always looked to best practices and innovative approaches from other jurisdictions, working to stretch communities to further livability, affordability, and choice. Linda, a former president of PIBC, has also tirelessly volunteered, contributing to the association and to the profession as a whole. She is currently an appointed member of the Real Estate Council of BC. And beyond their exceptional contributions to the profession, Gwen and Linda managed all of this while balancing active lives outside the office that include now grown children, Gareth and Bronwyn, and delightful twin grandbabies. Gwen continues to ride incredible distances on his bike each week, and Stella, the Wunder Spaniel, is a stalwart figure in the office and at home with Linda. Their thoughtfulness, compassion, and care extend to all areas of their lives. Gwen and Linda have made outstanding contributions to planning practice, to affordable housing, and community well-being. They have been a large part of the evolution of affordable and social housing and homelessness sectors in British Columbia and indeed in Canada, particularly in the areas of community planning and development. Through their values-based approach and commitment, they have improved the lives of thousands of Canadians. Congratulations to Linda and Gwen, our newest PIBC Life members. Please join me one last time in congratulating all of the members honored here today. Thank you again for all logging in and joining us today. While we wrap up our formal presentations for the event, we do have one more treat for you all to further celebrate our profession and the accomplishments of our members. Earlier this year, the PIBC Awards and Recognition Committee awarded a number of PIBC awards to projects, plans, and individuals as part of our annual awards for excellence in planning and for individual achievement. Those awards were granted earlier this spring, but we were unable to do our usual in-person presentation of the winners. So instead, we have put together a video celebration to highlight and mark all of this year's award winners. And that video premieres tonight on PIBC's YouTube channel. So we wind down our presentation here we'd like to invite and encourage you to watch our newly released video celebration for this year's Awards for Excellence and for Individual Achievement, including our 2 newest Life members over on our YouTube channel. The link to the video can be found in the cheer box. And since it is Friday, consider pouring yourself a glass of your favorite beverage as you watch and toasting the achievements of the members in the planning profession this year from wherever you are. Thank you once again for joining us virtually. Please keep well and keep safe. Enjoy the rest of the weekend and of course your evening. Thank you all and have a great night.
Good night and thank you. Thank you, Lindsay.